So having played guard and now you look to your right and it's a little thin over there, how do you help those guys?
I just try to give them the best advice and make sure that they're squared away to go, ready to go on Saturday. Thankfully, we have Fincher, who's played some reps these past 2 games, so he kind of has a feel for it and kind of knows about it. So I think we're in a good spot.
How long does it take to get a guy ready to play at this level at that spot?
I just think it comes with reps, both mental and physical, on the practice field and in the meeting room, to kind of see what you need to do that week, what they do, what we're going to do, all that stuff.
Are you taking any reps at guard at all, either in camp or now?
No, I think I took a little bit in the spring, but that's Coach M's decision, so no.
So how do you bring a guy along next to you, especially guys that haven't played a lot of snaps there?
Thankfully, we have Fincher, who played a lot last year, so he kind of understands the speed of the game. The only difference now is that he's at guard, not center. So thankfully, we have Fincher, who played a lot last year, so he kind of understands the speed of the game. The only difference now is that he's at guard, not center. So some high-level reps where we need to go win the game.
Having done that yourself, how is the transition either from center to guard? Because he played a lot of center.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, guard's easier, just because you don't have to make any calls, you don't have to snap the ball. So I think there's a lot more freedom with it. But I think he's confident in it, and he's gotten enough reps at it, both in individual and team reps, all that stuff. So I think he's in a good spot.
He's your backup at center too?
Yeah.
So if you have an equipment issue and you got to come out for a couple plays and he comes in at center, who's the guard?
Guess we'll see when that happens. That's Coach M's decision. But knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen. So, yeah, I don't know.
Or would it be a situation where they would go with like Terpstra instead, quick in and out?
They could. He got some reps last week and looked pretty good. So that's always a thought. But thankfully, I don't need to make those decisions. Just got to play the game.
The crowd noise, I heard that bumping in. I guess what's it like preparing for, obviously it's a special week for them with the Red Band game at the Challenge.
I think it should be a cool atmosphere. Obviously, growing up as a kid, you always watch College Game Day on this game, and they always talk about it, and it's going to be cool to kind of experience it, but it's just going to be like another loud game. We're going to expect it, and we're going to be ready for it, but it should be fun.
What's the loudest stadium environment atmosphere you played in?
Probably Oregon or Washington.
Tanner, the book on them is like physicality at the line of scrimmage. Do you guys see that on tape, I guess? Is that accurate? And just how much are you guys looking forward to sort of seeing where you guys are in that department?
Yeah.
And enforcing your own physicality, that type of stuff. How important is that going to be in this game?
I think, their physicality jumps out first thing you see, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good test for us. I think they're obviously a really good team, so if we think we're the team that we think we are, then we got to go out there and prove it, and testing yourself against the best is what you want to do in those situations, so it should be a fun one.
When you looked at the run game through 3 weeks, just what do you see? Where you guys at? How close are you to maybe getting something put together, you think? Just what's your evaluation of that whole game?
I think each week we've kind of taken a step in the right direction, so I think it's just continuing to take those steps and make this thing go. I think we need better execution all around and be more consistent, but I think we're taking steps in the right direction, so I think it should be fun.
This would be a pretty good week for something to pop for you guys, do you think? Would you say? Like, and put something, or something, if it were to click in this game, would that be big?
I think it'd be really good for us to have it click this game going into conference play, so I'm excited to see it, excited for us to take another step.
Executing better, is that make identifications, communications on the fly based on the front and so forth, just getting used to one another, or is that some of the things?
Yeah, communication's part of it, and then just making adjustments on the fly and kind of trusting your technique. Don't try to be perfect, just try to be good and play fast. So I think that's
you experience conference and non-conference success. What do you do as a leader to help the team stay level-headed but still be excited and even aggressive going into the rest of the schedule?
I think it's just every team we play from here on out is going to be a big-time team that we can beat anybody, we can lose to anybody. And I think having that approach that we need to be on our stuff so we can go out and win is from here till November, we're playing some big-time teams. So if we're not squared away, we're going to get punched in the mouth. So we need to be on our P's and Q's so we can go out there and do our thing.
Coach Smith talked about the difference of going on the road. What is it like for you preparing for a road game and going on the road compared to playing at home?
Biggest thing for me is just communication. Obviously, the crowd noise is going to be a big factor when we're on the field. So making sure that from tackle to tackle, we're all on the same page. making sure our receivers know what we have and what we're going to do, making sure the running backs know our communication. So over communicate, make sure everybody's on the same page is, I think, the biggest thing on road games.
Three games into the season, what have you thought about Aiden Childs, and what areas have you seen him just mature, develop over the course of those weeks?
I think he's getting a lot more snaps, so it's a lot different than what happened where he was at last year. But I think he's kind of coming into the rhythm of things and kind of getting in sync with the receivers, getting in sync with everything, a part of the game. So I think it's he's taking a lot of good steps in the right direction.
I couldn't remember your snap count last year, but you didn't come off the field the first 2 games, and you didn't come off until late last
Yeah.
week. Is that the most you played in a stretch like that in your career?
Probably because Coach M wanted me to get some center reps just in case stuff went down. But yeah, I think last year I think I had the highest snap count on the team.